somebody decided to bring up the little drama between Yandy and Rasheeda.
Yandy started talking about how she wished Rasheeda was there for her more and would have her back.
Rasheeda basically kind of paid her dust.
Now Rasheeda hands in the air, and I know when Rasheeda started throwing that big ass rock on her finger around like this, when she started doing this, she don't give a F.
I'm not friends with you, or you.
The only one that's my ride and die right now is Kurt Mother Frost.
I'm like,
Dick was just going crazy.
you could definitely tell Rasheeda was over it. Her eyes rolled back to the time Kirk wore the 3 earrings.
What confused me is how all of a sudden you such a friend and you never checked on her when the Cannon thing happened. You never checked on her even when we came alive. When Jasmine came back, you never even checked on her then. But y'all friends.
The more we learn, the more it seems that Rasheeda is exactly who K. Michelle said she was, a friend to nobody. It's giving misery loves company. Okay, Rasheeda just confirmed the cheating allegations surrounding Mendeecees, and the internet is losing its mind. Mendeecees and Kirk had been fighting ever since Kirk implied that what Jasmine said about Mendeecees sniffing around other women was true. The beef even spilled over into Rasheeda's and Yandy's relationship, a relationship that apparently didn't even exist in the first place because Rasheeda made it clear that she and Yandy were never really friends like that, and that they had just been portraying themselves this way for the cameras.
Me and Yandy have not had that type of relationship. Like, we don't talk about our husbands, and I know people see the television side of things, and we are in the same friend circles, but there's levels to friendships. And that's the thing, like, she has her close, tight, bestie friends. Like I said, my friends, like when I go through stuff, we're there to hold each other down. Not when the camera on, but in real life, you know, and not for a one-up to look good, because if you really felt like you've been holding me down, well, where were you, baby? That's all I'm saying is where you
Now Rasheeda is doubling down on what she said, blasting Andy and Mindy's marriage for being fake. She claimed that he's been stepping out this whole time and even has a sugar baby that everyone knows about. And if you know anything about Yandy, it's that she doesn't play when it comes to her man and her family. And you can bet that Rasheeda's comments have just made things 10 times worse. Now, Yandy and Rasheeda are both women who like to throw stones and hide their hands, and they have both been stirrers of pots in different situations. But at the very least, we all thought they would have each other's back, right? Rasheeda and Yandy are OGs on Love and Hip Hop, and they both have the most in common when it comes to their men dogging them out and doing the most. Yandy has always had Rasheeda's back, even when she wasn't there. In fact, the main reason Yandy ain't kikiing with Jasmine is because she wanted to stay loyal to Rasheeda. But it looks like Yandy has been loyal to the wrong person all this time, because as soon as Jasmine turned her attention to Mendeecees, Rasheeda flipped and wasted no time painting Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage in a very bad light.
I would like for you and your husband or boyfriend, girl, whatever y'all call it, to get on the same page. Yeah. I'm not even sure if they're legally married or not.
The only one who thinks that Rasheeda has been dying to do something like this for the longest time? She and Kirk made it clear that everything that came out of Jasmine's mouth was a lie. So if you believed anything that Jasmine said, then best believe that you were perceived as the enemy. But as soon as Jasmine has something to say about Mendeecees cheating on Yandy, oh, now she's telling the truth?
Kirk, if you're gonna stand on that everything Jasmine said got truth on it, then I have to take account that everything she said about you is true. I don't know her. That is your woman, that's your baby mother. You deal with that. Leave me the f alone.
Child, Rasheeda has been enjoying herself thoroughly ever since Yandy was put on the hot seat to answer for Mendeecees cheating on her. She isn't even trying to hide the fact at this point she has called Yandy out for trying to protect her man from receiving any backlash. Yandy was taken aback by Rasheeda not even trying to stick up for her, because like we said, one thing about Yandy is she has always had Rasheeda's back no matter what. It got to a point where she and Mendeecees had to sit down with Kirk and Rasheeda to clear up this Jasmine mess.
I've heard a lot of things. Females talking about they have Mendeecees' name tattooed on them and videos out of females with him or something. I don't know. It's really not my place to tell anybody anything about their man.
Rasheeda didn't have anything positive to say, and even denied knowing anything about Jasmine's run-in with Yandy until it was later exposed that she did know and had lied about it from the start. It kind of sounded like Rasheeda believed there was some truth to what was being said, and even went as far as saying that she and Yandy weren't friends, and that there was never any need for loyalty between them.
What confused me is how of a sudden you such a friend and you never checked on her when the Cannon thing happened. When Jasmine came back, you never even checked on her then, but y'all friends.
At the end of the day, I know what you're doing, and it's okay. And if people want to run with it and say, Rasheeda's not a good friend, she's not a where your man stick his penis ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yandy, that was just crazy, because she had really been the one person defending Rasheeda and Kirk's marriage, even when everyone came for them. Why, in her ever-loving mind, would she go to bat for someone who wasn't even her friend? Child. It wasn't looking good for their friendship, and both women made it a point to avoid each other until Yandy let out all the rage and anger simmering beneath the surface.
So Yandy start yelling and she just like, oh, so we not friends? I'm all in these bitches' face for you.
I don't know who left the room first, but that was the end of that kickback, that was the end of that fun, and it was over.
Well, Rasheeda wasn't going to let Yandy play her like that and took their fight as a go-ahead to do and say whatever she wanted. All bets were off, and Rasheeda started spilling all the details about Yandy and Mendeecees' relationship that they didn't want people knowing about. She clapped back at them, calling the couple only boyfriend and girlfriend even after 2 weddings. She also said that there have been numerous reports brought to her about Mendeecees stepping out of his relationship.
This is what I will say. I've seen things, and that's just that. That people have brought to me. Let me say it like that.
Did you ever go to her with the things you said? Why not?
Because I don't do stuff like that.
So even if Yandy is trying to act like it wasn't true, everyone in Atlanta basically knew that Mendeecees was never faithful and had always had a side babe that he was dealing with. And of course, Kirk supported his wife. Maybe he even had more smoke for Mendeecees than Rasheeda had for Yandy. He said that Mendeecees needs to get his affairs in order with his other baby mamas. He also claimed the reason why Yandy and Mendeecees wanted to get into it with him and Rasheeda was so they could remain relevant on the show. Child, can you believe that? They were actually supposed to be friends? Any sort of peace between the two couples is going all the way downhill expeditiously. After seeing Rasheeda and Kirk run their mouths with Carlos King, Mendeecees immediately took to IG and said, "What type of man keeps another man's name in their mouth?" Shaking my head. "I'm about to start disrespecting everybody. If you allow your woman to mention my name, then she can get it too." He went on to add, "I don't say SHT about people's polyamorous relationships. I mind my business cause I don't give a fuck. Please stop talking about me and mine." And Yandy wasn't about to let that slide either. She blasted Rasheeda for talking about her relationship when she wasn't in any position to be giving commentary on other people's marriages, especially when she continuously rewards Kirk for cheating on her. If there was any chance of them ever rekindling their friendship, that's officially off the table. There's no way Yandy can ever look at Rasheeda the same after everything that's been done. We know both women have been messy, but this time around, Rasheeda has really got a lot of nerve. This whole thing just reminds people of how she treated K. Michelle. Rasheeda is trash because now you're believing what Jasmine said about Mendeecees but not about Kirk? Okay, LOL, whack AF. Because trust, if there were footage of Mendeecees out doing God knows what, there'd be proof, but still no proof, just a bunch of hearsay. I want the girls to pay Rasheeda the dust she deserves and really let Kirk be her only friend, like she keeps begging for. And I'm no Yandy Luther King fan, but still, it's enough. Rasheeda is a bird. I used to like Rasheeda, but the real her showed up, and now folks can see who she really is. Rasheeda doesn't know anything about loyalty. But what do y'all think about this? Would you have ever thought that Rasheeda and Yandy would be falling out? Share your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe because there's more coming that you just don't want to miss. The unthinkable has happened. Rasheeda's pregnancy has been exposed, and the shocking twist? The father may not be her husband, Kirk Frost. Yes, you heard that right. The rumors started as a whisper, but now they've erupted into a full-blown scandal. That's shaking the reality TV world to its core. Could Mendeecees be the father of Rasheeda's baby? Fans are going wild, and the internet is on fire with accusations, heartbreak, and confusion. How could this happen? What does this mean for Rasheeda's marriage? And where does this leave Yandy Smith, who has stood by Mendeecees through everything? As if things couldn't get any crazier, Insiders have come forward with bombshell details. Secret meetings, heated confrontations, and emotional breakdowns tearing families apart. This isn't just another celebrity rumor. This is the kind of scandal that could tear these families to pieces. And the fallout? It's already happening faster than anyone can keep up. The drama, the betrayal, the shattered trust. This is bigger than anything we've seen before. So grab your popcorn, because we're diving deep into the mess that's taking over social media, and trust us, you won't believe what happens next. The entertainment world is in turmoil as rumors swirl around. Rasheeda's shocking pregnancy. What was once a quiet whisper among a few close friends has now turned into a full-fledged scandal, and the entire world is watching as the drama unfolds. Fans are in a frenzy, social media is exploding, and no one can seem to look away as the news continues to make waves. But what's truly jaw-dropping isn't just the pregnancy, it's the possibility that Mendeecees could be the father, not Rasheeda's husband, Kirk Frost. Yes, you heard that right. How did we get here? Let's rewind a bit. For years, Rasheeda and Kirk Frost seemed like the perfect couple and iconic duo in the reality TV world. Their relationship had been tested multiple times on camera, from ups and downs to the fierce loyalty they displayed despite all odds. But behind closed doors, things were far from perfect. In recent months, fans had started noticing tension between the couple. Subtle clues were dropped in social media posts, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage. Everyone wondered what was going on. Why the sudden coldness between Rasheeda and Kirk? What was causing that distance? But the real bombshell came when rumors started circulating that Rasheeda was pregnant and that the father might not be Kirk Frost. Instead, Mendeecees, a man with a complicated history with Rasheeda, was named as the possible father. Fans couldn't believe what they were hearing. Mendeecees has been a part of the love and hip-hop universe for a while now, but his past involvement with Rasheeda was often overshadowed by his deep commitment to his partner, Yandy Smith. The allegations seemed far-fetched at first, but as the whispers grew louder, they couldn't be ignored. What followed next was even more scandalous: secret meetings, private conversations, and emotional exchanges between Rasheeda and Mendeecees began to surface. Sources close to the situation claimed that these meetings, though not fully documented, at first became the foundation for the rumors that would soon send shockwaves through the entertainment world. What was going on between these two? Were they simply just friends, as they claimed? Or was there something deeper lurking behind their interactions? Friends and close associates started noticing a change in their dynamic. Rasheeda and Mendeecees were seen exchanging more private glances, their body language more intimate than what you'd expect from friends. That, combined with some suspicious late-night calls and texts, only intensified the growing suspicion. But it didn't stop there. Kirk Frost, who once seemed to have it all together, was blindsided by the news. He was reportedly devastated and heartbroken when he first learned about the rumors surrounding Rasheeda's pregnancy. Insiders close to the couple claimed that Kirk immediately confronted Rasheeda, demanding answers. What followed was a fiery argument, reportedly filled with anger, betrayal, and emotional distress. The couple's home was said to be a war zone during that time, with accusations flying back and forth. According to sources, Kirk couldn't believe what he was hearing. That not only was his marriage in jeopardy, but that the paternity of his unborn child was also being questioned. This was a betrayal so intense that it shook the very foundation of their relationship. As the situation spiraled, fans began to do what they do best: analyze every social media post, every video, every photo. They picked apart Rasheeda's interactions with Mendeecees, digging through old clips from public events where they were seen laughing a little too long or standing a little too close. What were these moments really about? Were they innocent, or did they suggest something more? The internet became a playground for conspiracy theories, with every comment section flooded with speculation. Then came the next major revelation. An anonymous source leaked messages between Rasheeda and Mendeecees, messages filled with affection and longing. These weren't just friendly exchanges. They were charged with an emotional intensity that seemed to go beyond the bounds of friendship. What had been a small rumor now took on a life of its own. People were starting to believe it. Fans were growing impatient and frustrated, demanding answers. And then, just when things couldn't get any worse for the couple, the media got a hold of the story. With the scandal spreading like wildfire, Kirk Frost made a decision that would change everything he demanded a paternity test. The pressure was too much to bear, and the truth had to come out. This was no longer just about speculation, it was now about the paternity of his unborn child. Rumors were one thing, but Kirk needed confirmation. How could he trust Rasheeda again if there was even a hint of doubt? Was it really his child? Or had something inappropriate transpired between Rasheeda and Mendeecees? Meanwhile, Mendeecees was facing his own challenges. He had been with Yandy Smith for years, and the last thing he wanted was to be caught in the middle of a scandal that could ruin his relationship with her. But as the rumors gained momentum, Yandy became more and more devastated by the possibility of betrayal. She had stood by Mendeecees through thick and thin, supporting him when things got tough, but now she was left to question everything. Did Mendeecees have a secret relationship with Rasheeda? Were the rumors true, or was it all just a massive misunderstanding? As the tension reached its boiling point, Yandy confronted Mendeecees. What did she find out? Did he come clean? Or did he continue to deny everything? Fans were on the edge of their seats, waiting for the next piece of the puzzle to fall into place. Could Mendeecees truly be the father, or was the media blowing everything out of proportion? Kirk wasn't the only one looking for answers. Yandy was dealing with her own heartbreak, trying to understand the depth of the allegations. The pressure was mounting on both men, and Rasheeda was left wondering, how did it all go so wrong? Could she salvage her marriage with Kirk, or was it too late? And if Mendeecees was indeed the father, what would it mean for his relationship with Yandy? It was a waiting game now. The clock was ticking as the investigation continued to unfold and the public demanded answers. What was really going on between Rasheeda and Mendeecees? Was this a scandal of epic proportions, or was the whole thing just